So today is another special day. I'm not in Dallas yet again. I am in Waco, so only about an hour and a half away from Dallas. I have an amazing agent that signed on to eXp under me about maybe a month ago. Her name's Samantha Hammonds. She's amazing. She has a YouTube channel. Go subscribe. And while you're at it, like and subscribe to this video as well. And make sure you hit the bell button so that you are getting notified every time I have one of these videos. Oh, that light is terrible. There I am. All right, I'm at this cool Mexican restaurant in Waco called Ninfa's. So anyway, this is my first time meeting Samantha. We talk probably 10 times a day. We text all day long. She hit the ground really running and taking advantage of all the tools that eXp has. She's only been licensed for like 90 days. She's already had 2 closings. She has a listing, so she's a real go-getter. Really wanted to just come down and like meet with her, talk to her, get a chance to chat about her experience. So that's what this will be. It's just another like why I joined eXp. This is a brand new agent that has only been in the business again for maybe 90 days or so. So you'll get a chance to get her perspective, why she joined eXp, why she decided to join with me, what her experience has been thus far. So yeah, we'll catch the meeting and me meeting her for the first time. So let's just see how this rolls. And I'm really liking these sunglasses. So I guess you could say I'm doing a tour of sorts with all of the agents that I'm sponsoring. So regardless of where they are in the country and where they're located, if any agent joins under me and I sponsor them, I'm making a concerted effort to get out and actually meet them in person. So a huge part of my business that I do, if you saw in the other video, I'll put the link here for it, the one about how I made almost $200,000 the first year in the business, I make a really big push to make sure that I'm not just conversing with people online, but I'm actually building and cultivating real relationships with them in person. Ooh, chips and salsa. But that I'm actually building those relationships in person. And so I started this huge initiative, and I really, it's starting to grow like wildfires. It's pretty cool to see something that was just an idea grow, but it's called Connect for Real. So connect, hashtag connect with the number 4 and then the word real. And it's just an initiative that I really want real estate professionals and business owners in general to get out and actually meet people that you're conversing with online, getting to see who they really are and not just who they're portraying with their online persona. And it's really cool to like kind of see who people are. So again, I'm making this huge push to meet all of the agents that join under me regardless of where they are. And so Samantha is one of those agents. And so it's Saturday morning. I drove down to Waco. We're gonna meet. It's her birthday, so we'll probably get some cake and ice cream. We're gonna chat. We're also gonna go and visit the Magnolia Silos where Chip and Joanna Gaines from the really popular show on HGTV. So we're gonna go and like get cupcakes at their bakery and hang out there as well. But more importantly, I want you guys to hear from her perspective firsthand, why she joined eXp, what she saw in eXp, what she saw in me, how the journey has been thus far, the resources and tools that she has, because guys, she came and dove in right away. So it's gonna be really neat to kind of let you guys hear her journey. So let's see, she'll be here in just a minute. Still here just waiting on Samantha. Hi. All right, so we are here with Samantha Hammonds, the birthday girl, right here. Go subscribe to her channel again if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell button when you go over there so you are notified every time she posts one of her lovely real estate videos. So Samantha, you came on to eXp under me how long ago?
I don't even know. I think it's been like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I don't remember.
It has only been like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know why I felt like it's been like a month. So
oh, I know what I'm talking about. I'm like, it's been years. No, it's been like a couple weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks. So we are going to let her chat about kind of her journey with real estate, which has been very short. So she'll tell you how long she's been in the business, how many deals she's already done, what she's got in the works right now, and then why she chose to actually come over to eXp and under me. So yeah, so let's go.
Okay, so where do I start? I guess I got into real estate in September 2019, right? Yeah, because we're in 2020. Kind of, it was like a last minute decision that I got in. I have previous real estate experience from working for an investor when I was in Dallas, but moved to Fort Hood. My husband's military, so that, can I say all that? Is that too much information?
You can totally say all of
it.
it.
I don't know if that was like too personal. Husband's military, so now we live in Fort Hood. Well, I guess I say on my channel all the time that I'm in Fort Hood. So I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
All right, so you got licensed in September of 2019, so what, about 3 months ago?
Yep.
And so when you first started, how did you choose the brokerage that you went with when you first started?
So when I first started, I had planned to interview like 5 brokers. It was like minimum 5 brokers. Right before I started, I interviewed with an eXp agent, and I got a really bad taste in my mouth about eXp and that specific person. And I never even like interviewed with them, just all just like via email. Gosh, my hair is really bugging me. I have like this weird lump. Sorry y'all. So I didn't like that. Then I interviewed, once I actually got my license, or right before I got my license, I interviewed Exit, which is a franchise, Keller Williams, Remax, same thing. But I interviewed with an Exit local to me, and we kind of just hit it off. So I thought that was like, okay, I'm not interviewing any more brokerages. This is where I'm supposed to be. And everything sounded great. And I thought it was like gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. And then that happened. And then what?
And then
November,
what? Yeah,
December,
then November, December.
Yeah, so like mid-December. It was the week before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, when you came over.
Yeah, I kind of just had enough with everything that was going on in my broker and just the limits I felt like I was hitting, and even only being in business such a short time, I just did not see myself growing at that broker.
And I'm gonna stop you there because guys, she's only been licensed for 3 months, and I hear a lot of people that get into the business, and even like people that put these videos out, and they're like, oh, you won't get a deal for like 6 months, 8 months. So Samantha, how many closings have you had in the 3 months you've been licensed?
I've had 2 closings.
And how many listings do you have?
And I have 1 listing.
And how many clients are you currently working with?
7.
So yeah, so you can totally do it. And so Samantha did, you know, some of this. She did her 2 closings with her other brokerage. She has a listing that she brought over to eXp with her, and then she's gotten these 7 clients in the last 2 weeks that she's been over at eXp. So it's totally doable. So then let's talk about when you came to eXp, because everyone's been really, really impressed with like how you came in and you plugged in. So talk about kind of like the onboarding process, all of the stuff that comes at you, and like how you just plugged in, and if the tools are useful, and if everything that I told you actually has like come to fruition and is actually true about the brokerage and how it works.
Yeah, so when it comes to like the onboarding process, and we were just talking about this earlier, no brokerage you go to is going to have like the most seamless onboarding unless you're at a broker that offers you nothing. That's the only way. They're like, you hang your license here and you do it all yourself. That's the only way the onboarding is going to be super easy, and you're going to sign an ICA with that broker, and that's going to be it. Opposed to eXp, they offer so much. So there's like a series of like 7 emails they're going to send you within the first 3 days. Just go through each one of those step by step. Super easy. Get that onboarding done. They're going to take you through all the websites you need to log into, all the systems that are available, the world, all that. Bookmark everything. That's the biggest tip. Once you kind of get through that, those first 3 days, it gets a little easier because you have everything you need to log into. Then from there, it's really just on you to actually plug in, go into the workplace chat that we have, which is basically like Facebook but for eXp. Go into the workplace, go into the world, actually explore it, see what is there to offer. Get your KV Core website set up. That's a whole nother monster. I can't even, I could go on a tangent about just KV Core on its own. But really just get in, and it's on you. No one's gonna make you do anything, so it is on you to go in and just play around and see what there is. If you join under me or Chauncey, I have created a very good outline that I have given to her.
Yes, she
on
has.
The whole onboarding process.
Because she did everything, y'all. Like, you have to understand, it's like 100 different things that you could possibly do at eXp and read.
Yeah.
She literally stayed up all night
for like 4 nights,
all of them, and was texting me all night about the stuff. And I was like, what is she even doing? I haven't even seen this stuff. So, I mean, it really is about how much you plug in. But more importantly, you know, I talk a lot about the network that you join. How do you feel about like the group of people that you join into with being a honey badger?
Honey badger don't give a shit. It just takes what it wants.
That I think is so huge. I'm not gonna lie, I interviewed when I decided that eXp was the broker I was going to switch to, I was pretty certain on it before I even interviewed with Chauncey. I had been working with another lady who came from my office, or the office I was in Exit, who went to eXp. I talked to her about it. I watched a ton of videos on YouTube. I mean, more hours than I even have in a day amount of videos I was watching on YouTube for people. And then I interviewed with Chauncey, and then I knew from there, and then studying the people that are in her upline, I knew like that is the perfect team to be on. And I'm sure there's like so many other successful teams, not even gonna discredit them. But the alignment is crucial. So whoever you're gonna align with, you have to do your research. You're gonna have to make sure that the people above you have the resources that you need. For me being such a new agent, I told this when I was interviewing with her, my biggest thing, I can look on YouTube and figure out how do I get leads, how do I convert, all that. I need someone who's going to give me like the nitty gritty, what happens after you converted a lead, who, you know, the contracts, what blanks do you fill in, the follow-up, keeping people in your network, all that stuff. And what Chauncey has to offer, having been a broker, that alone, she knows all the
I wasn't a
legalities.
broker, I owned a brokerage.
Okay, having owned a brokerage.
But yeah. We just gotta clarify that for all of the weird haters out there.
Yeah, okay. Having owned a brokerage and knowing all the legalities to it, I mean, it was like, okay, I know that is perfect on its own. And then from there, Nick, Elizabeth, Jay,
right.
I mean, there's just too many good people above that have so many resources and training that we get access to for free.
Right.
Like, I got my NAEA login, whatever it is.
Right.
And that's a coaching program that's what, like $5,000 a month or $2,500 a month or something.
It's something ridiculous, and I don't even think that they sell the coaching program anymore since they came over to eXp.
Right.
It's just kind of something that we give to the agents that are in our downline. But if you guys look up NAEA, that stands for the National Association of Expert Advisors, like this huge like coaching program has all of these resources, and like you just get it for free.
Yeah.
Now if you use it or not,
that's up to you.
that's up to
Absolutely.
you. But it is definitely there. So so would you say that, because I hear a lot of people say like, oh well, eXp is a cloud brokerage, like
there's
you
no
don't have any
training,
support, there's no training?
I think that could be true if, depending on your network, honestly. I really do think that could be. That's why I said it's so crucial to who you sign up with under this, in this brokerage, because you don't have a specific broker that's going to tell you, go get 3 deals this month, go do this, go do that. Right. You have to be a self-starter. I don't think this business or this company is for people who are not hungry for it.
Well, hell, and I agree with that, but I also don't think that real estate is
in general. Yeah,
is
you
in
probably
general.
shouldn't be in just,
If you need someone to tell you like, hey, you might want to get up today and like go get some business so
if you
can
have to
eat.
if you have to get fed leads,
right.
I know that's a big thing brokers to, oh, well, we give you leads, just join someone's team. Right. Because it's the same thing. Right. But if you have to be fed leads, again, you might not be an entrepreneur, and I don't mean that like in a harsh way. It's not for everybody. Right. So, but at the end of the day, like, there is so much support. Even if you don't join the right team, eXp alone has a lot of support. People just don't know where to go get it. Right. But you can go to the world, and there was a question I asked you, and I was like, never mind, I'm gonna go into the world. 4 minutes later, I had an answer. Right. And it only took 4 minutes because my computer froze. Like, you have your workplace where you have direct access to your state brokers. You have the world where you have direct access to finance, accounting, the state brokers. So eXp alone has a ton of resources, but the team you join on, I mean, Nick Good is in our group chat every day, more information and more information and more information, and so many resources. So yeah, because I was one of those people that was afraid of that. I was like, I need someone, again, I don't need you to tell me how to get leads or how to convert. I mean, I do, but I can eventually find that out on my own. But I need someone to tell me, what blank do I fill out in the contract? What do I say if this situation pops up? Negotiation, all that. And we definitely have that here on the Honey Badgers.
So then tell me this, you joined under me, and I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, so, and then you're in Killeen. So we're in totally different markets. We're about, what, 2.5, 3 hours apart from each other. So a lot of people like seem to get confused with like, why would I join under someone and let someone sponsor me that's not where I am, and local, not in the state, not in the city. So like, how is that kind of working out for you, and how do you feel like your relationship with me has been?
Honestly, I feel like we've been like best friends, like since the moment we have, literally, for real. Since the Zoom interview, you gave me your cell phone number, and I probably texted, I mean, I'm probably pretty annoying about it, but.
You text me a lot.
A lot, like, and I would always, even before I joined, I was like, okay, what about this? What about this? Okay, how do we get this system moved over? How do we do this and that? And so I feel like joining with you, I don't feel like I could be successful under any other agent. I mean, I could be successful wherever I am. Let me change that around.
She could be successful wherever she is.
Chauncey has a lot to offer on her own, and then just having the people above her. Right. Again, I said that like a billion times already, but it's so crucial. And then having someone in your local area doesn't matter. We're in 2020. Everything is on the internet. Everything is social media.
I was actually about to argue with you and be like, we're in 2019, but it is totally 2020.
Like, having someone local to you really doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. I feel like Zoom meetings, Facebook, the world that we have, like, there's just too much to offer. And real estate, you can argue that it's basically the same state to state. The only thing that changes is like the nitty-gritty laws, and that's why you have your state broker.
Right.
So
but the basics of actually like running a business,
yeah, it's the same.
Generating leads, talking to your leads, following up with those leads, converting, like and that's the basis of your business.
Right.
It's not the contracts. You can hop on anywhere. You can Google half the time
fill a contract
and find out answers on, you know, questions specific to your state's
and then
contracts.
you have your state broker and
right. But to have like a network of people around you that have built the types of businesses that you want to build.
That's the most important. Yeah, so it doesn't, I don't care if they're freaking in Alaska. I don't. Like, if Jay Kinder and Nick Good were in Alaska, okay, great. Still hopping on their team because, like, it doesn't matter.
Right. So yeah,
because there's too many good resources of people who have built, I mean, these are people that don't just sell real estate. They have built a real estate business. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused too. If you're someone who just wants to sell real estate and maybe make a couple $1,000 a month, whatever, okay, great, that's fine, that's a job. But if you want to make this your lifestyle and a business and actually build a real estate business, we definitely have the resources. Like, and I know people watching this, because I was the same way. They're like, well, what are these magical resources you're talking about? It's just, there's so much I can't even like explain, or I thought someone was walking through that way. There's so much I can't even explain because it's that much, and it's just too good.
So, and I guess I can speak a little bit to the resources. So resources of, if you want ready-made funnels that you can just kind of plug and play into your system. If you want ads, because I mean, you're talking about teams and agents that are producing, you know, 80 million, 100 million a year. They have ads. They have funnels that are built out that they can literally give to you and say, hey, this was my top producing ad last year. Like, you're in a different market than me. I don't care. Like, here, like, go and use this ad, like, tweak it a little bit, make it yours. You have listing presentations that work well. You have buyer consultation presentations. You have marketing materials that you can get. You have virtual assistants. Like, there are some people in our network that actually like share virtual assistants. So like, I think someone found like a really good VA that sets a lot of appointments, but she's like expensive. So now there are multiple people that like, they're like, hey, you can use mine. And then they like share the cost. So I mean, it's so many different things that you can do, because I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again. Everybody keeps going to their brokerage thinking that their brokerage is going to save them and teach them how to build an actual like real estate sales business. The problem is, it's like going to the CEO of a company and saying, hey, can you show me how to be the top salesperson? CEO can't help you be the top salesperson. The CEO can only show you how to be the CEO of the company. The top salesperson and the people that are actually on the sales floor that are making the sales is who you really want to tap into.
And I can attest that too, because my broker, I mean, I'm not, like, he was knowledgeable and he knew what he was doing, and you know, he ran a brokerage, whatever, and he used to be in sales, but even he would say, like, don't ask me questions about that. Like, I'm here to mentor you and to give you like the mindset stuff, but he wasn't there to like on the sales side of it. Thankfully, my mentor in with Exit, because they do have that kind of rev share program, so they are financially incentivized to help. It was his wife, and she was the top producing, so I kind of had that advantage. But you don't get that at most brokerages, where they have that financial incentive to help you and give you everything. And even then, she didn't give me everything she had. You know, she gave me a lot. I won't lie. Like, she helped me a lot. But even then, you still don't want to give everything, because
and then
it wasn't enough financial incentive.
And not even her just giving you everything, but more or less, she was your only resource. So
basically
the only thing that you had was her teaching you the way that she ran her business. Now you have how I run my business. You have how Nick runs his, how Elizabeth runs hers, how Jay runs his, how Nicole Espinosa runs hers. Like, like, you've got this whole group of people that are running high-level businesses that you to like cherry pick and choose what you want, and then build your business. So it's like, build a business.
Instead of build a bear, build a business.
Build a business.
No, exactly. And I think that's super crucial, because I am that type of person. As you can tell, I plug into everything. I love to know all the information. Can you not? I'm talking.
Mr.
Rude.
Motorcycle Man?
That was rude. Anyway, well, there's a little trolley.
Are you gonna make me ride the trolley because it's your birthday?
Maybe. I don't know. There's a little trolley. It's super cute. Anyway, sorry guys. Maybe he'll cut this out. I don't know. Back to the point. What were we talking about?
I
like to plug in. Yeah, I plug into everything, and I like to know everything, but I don't use everything. I like to be able to see, like, okay, well, this works for me and this works for me. I'll try everything. But then you figure out what works for you, and I think that's super crucial, because then having that, like you said, with my broker, I had one person to go to, and I know she was getting annoyed with me, y'all. And now I can annoy 5 people instead of just one.
I have help with getting annoyed. Thank you very much, eXp.
Nick, I'm coming. Just wait. You're gonna start getting my messages next.
Well, I mean, is there anything that you would recommend, just on a final note as we wrap up, just like for agents that are out there right now, they found this video and they're like, I'm new, I'm scared to go to eXp, you know, it's cloud-based brokerage, I don't know where to go, how do I choose where to go? Like, what would be your words of wisdom just as a new agent in general about picking a brokerage, getting their business started,
still interview
everything?
at least 5.
Okay.
I would still, even if like you feel like eXp is the way to go, I would still interview at least 5 brokers.
Right.
Because that's going to help you later on too. If you did choose eXp, that'll help you have knowledge with agent attraction if that's something you decide to do, which we can talk about in a minute. So still interview different brokers, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to do, not every broker is right for every person.
Right.
And you may not agree with this, but I don't think eXp is for every agent.
I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely.
Keller Williams could be right for almost every agent in the world, because Keller Williams has like a set system, I guess. Oh, that's not even the right word. I don't even know how to explain it.
Here's I think what the issue is, and I read this in Curtis
you don't have
Johnson's.
to be as independent.
Well, and I read this on Curtis Johnson's little like ebook that he has.
Yeah.
And he's a honey badger as well.
Okay.
And in his ebook it says, I've been to lots of realtor funerals. I've never been to a realtor's retirement party.
Ah, yes.
And the thing is that most people get into real estate and their only goal is to sell as many houses as possible, which is great.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you should.
Like to sell like 100 houses a year, that's great. But what is your plan beyond that? Because like, are you still gonna sell 100 houses a year when you're like 85 years old?
Right.
Like what are you doing? And eXp basically is for the agent that's hungry, that wants to sell, but also wants to have other avenues to possibly build out different ways of doing business to then grow wealth so that they can take themselves out of production eventually.
But I'm saying, like with a lot of these big franchise brokers, you have someone there kind of feeding you leads. You have someone there that's going to tell you what your schedule should look like, what systems you should be on. With eXp, you're gonna get all that, but you have to take the decision to plug in. And I guess that's kind of the same everywhere, but I feel like more so with eXp.
Right.
You have to make the decision to actually plug in and do the work, and I'm telling you, it's so rewarding.
It really is.
It really is. I guess, so when I left Exit, one thing Exit does is they give us leads. They have their ads set, well, at least the office I was with, they have paid ads running on Google and Facebook, and it goes through like a Red Robin type system, and you get leads. So I did get leads that way. And that's really nice, and that's enticing for a lot of agents to be in.
Right.
With eXp, what they do is they say, okay, I'm not gonna give you the lead, I'm gonna give you all the resources you need to set up and get leads yourself.
Right.
So you're not fed in the way like of just getting direct leads.
Right.
But you know how to teach a man to fish kind of thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
That's
so give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for life.
Yeah, like if you want to actually learn how to fish, eXp is the place for you.
Right.
And that was for me. When I realized that, because I was watching one of Jay Kinder's videos actually, and I was like, I'm giving up free leads, I'm giving up whatever. I mean, they're not really free because after splits and everything, you pay for them. That's a whole nother thing. The math just,
Right.
I'm giving up all that because I don't want my business dependent on anyone else.
Right.
And that is the biggest thing. I think that's my biggest pro tip. No matter what brokerage you go with, don't let your business be dependent on any single other person and what they're giving you. You have to learn how to do it yourself.
I love that.
Because if anything, what happens if that person decides they don't want to run ads anymore, or that person decides they want to leave the business,
then
or retires, then what are you gonna do?
Then what do you do?
You have to learn how to do it yourself. If you don't learn how to do it yourself, you're gonna be screwed. Like the people that last through recessions and all that are people who know how to do it themselves.
Right. Absolutely. I think that is an amazing.
I think that's what I was trying to say this whole time, you guys.
Whole time, and you totally butchered that shit. Well, thank you so much for like meeting with me. Thank you for joining my team.
I'm so
Happy
excited.
birthday. So now she's.
Well, before we end, we need to talk about the agent attraction thing real quick.
What are we talking about? Agent attraction.
Just real quick. There's a lot of people who get into like think about eXp where it's like, oh, we only want to attract people. We don't even want to sell real estate anymore. Not true.
Not true.
I want to sell freaking houses.
Right. I sell houses.
But my biggest thing what I want to say about the agent attraction thing is don't write it off, because when I joined eXp, I told you, I said, I don't care about that.
Right.
And then I had like an epiphany where like, it is a business in itself. The agent attraction portion is a business in itself, and having that rev share where I don't even know how to put this the right way, where you might have a slow month, but you've helped so many other people know how to sell real estate, you can still get fed. You can still have an extra source of revenue, excuse me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's just, when you realize what you have with eXp, like, just don't write off the whole rev share program, because I was not interested in it one bit. I was like, nah, don't care about that, don't care about the stock, I just want to sell houses. And then once you hear it, and like Jay says, once you see it, you can unsee it.
And then you see all of the people that I talk to, and all of the people I'm connecting with, and then the people that are just like coming to me, and they need help, and it really
you actually get to help people.
You actually get to help people, and it really like changes your overview for everything. You know, being a brokerage owner before, working, you know, at another brokerage before, and I felt like sometimes it was like a waste of time. Like that I was just there talking to other agents, and like I can't do anything with other agents. Like they're not gonna send me their business. Like what can I do? And now, like even something as simple as going to a social event
is building your business.
Can help me build my business.
And I think that's crucial, because as realtors, we should have relationships with other realtors. Because at the end of the day, you're negotiating with a realtor. You're not negotiating with the buyer directly or the seller directly, whatever side you're on. You're having to negotiate the realtor. And as crappy as it is, if that realtor does not like you, they might sway their seller from your offer, or vice versa, you know? So it's important that we make connections with other realtors in general. Plus, like-minded people should like each other.
Awesome. But like we all are like-minded, and we get to hang out.
Exactly. And I mean, like I was telling you the other day, people like, what do you do for fun? I sell real estate. I look at houses.
People in real estate literally only just like look at houses for fun.
We do real estate. Like that's what I do for fun. So now that I can actually make friends with realtors, whether they even join my team or not, whatever, I can make friends with realtors, and actually it'd be helping my business. And not feel like a waste of time. Like when, I could be cold calling. Oh, but now this is my cold calling now.
So it's pretty cool.
But anyway, that's all I wanted to add.
That's all you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, she gave us permission to wrap up the video now. So
if you go look at my videos on YouTube, you'll see they're a little bit long-winded. I like to talk. It's okay.
Well, go and subscribe right here to Samantha's YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so that you are notified every time she makes a wonderful real estate video. And then don't forget, again, subscribe, and have a couple of more of these videos coming soon of agents that have joined eXp. And if you guys are interested in partnering with me or with Samantha, then down in the description box there is a link that you can book a call. We'll chat it up and see if we're the right fit for you. So until next time, peace.
That's it. That's
all
I got.
Bye, guys.
Bye.